What's good, YouTube? It's me, the artisan MC, leaving the JOB, about to. I don't have a rhyme for that one. Sorry, my bad. But how you guys doing? I missed you. I did. I missed you guys. Been taking care of work, some personal stuff, so I have not had time to do videos too much. I was on call last night. What's good, Malika? See you. I was on call last night. I got a reprieve until the weekend, but I had a lot of stuff swirling around in my head, and it didn't have shit to do with. Let me try to clean up my language a little bit, see if I can get monetized one day. Um, Run that back. I had a lot of thoughts swirling around in my head, and it had nothing to do with geekdom per se. All the stuff going on with Iger and Lucasfilm and stuff like that. I'll wait till that stuff shake out. I made my statement when I found out he was coming back, and I left it at that. And I've seen plenty of other people, geeks, commentators, YouTubers have agreed with that same statement. Like, you got to sit back and watch. But if you think you get something completely different from the guy who put it in place, good luck with that. Good luck with that. And while you're at it, I got a bridge for sale in the San Francisco Bay. Really low price. Really low price. Just holler at me. Cash at me money. My goodness. Yeah, while I'm at it, like, share, subscribe, support, distribute if you feel so inclined. $, Artisan MC on Cash App and on PayPal, Artisan MC. So, first off, got two competing ideas swirling around, right? And a couple of mixed feelings on it. And I'm appealing to my better angels of trying to work it out without implicating anybody by name. Just because I'm trying to, let's just say I'm censoring myself a little bit because I care about some people's feelings, right? And there ain't many people's feelings I care about like that. So it's just because I want to keep things peaceful. Now, today is my granddaughter's 4th birthday. My little rainbow is 4 years old. Her father's little rainbow is 4 years old. I just call her. And I had to call my son today. Well, I didn't even call him. I texted him and his girl to let him know that I couldn't make it this weekend to the 4-year-old birthday party because I am working on call that weekend. And they were really cool about it. They weren't tripping either way. I sent two separate messages. They were both really cool on it. And honestly, I felt like shit. I felt like crap. I really did. Because grandbaby is a little cherub. She is a little cherub. She's a cute little cherub. Little redhead, little full cheekies, cheekers and stuff like that. She's a cutie pie. She is such a cutie pie. They just don't know how much that little girl could probably get me emotional. They just don't know, right? And the reason they don't know is because I haven't seen them that much in the past year or two. Definitely since the pandemic, since everything opened up, I haven't seen them that much because I've had my head stuck up working and earning. Right? Appreciate that, Malika. I'll pass it on to the parents if they care. But I felt bad because I felt bad because it feels like I'm letting my son down in a sense because I'm his father and I wouldn't have missed anything he was doing unless I absolutely had to. And I'm missing a lot. I missed his stepson's birthday, who I like. Jake, I like him. He plays Magic and stuff like that. He's a fun kid. Um, I miss Ford's wedding. I miss, you know, Rainbow's birthday, which is today. And I was taking stock of that after I had to text them and tell them that, and they were real cool with me. Like they wasn't worried about it, and that actually was worse because I know the last conversation me and my son had about me missing something, he was kind of pissed off. He was. He was kind of pissed off because in his mind, just like he's been raised, all these people are family, and you show up for family. I didn't show up. So what am I saying? Right? But at the same time, I'm thinking I need to do what I am doing right now because this is the priority right now. This has to take place, right? This has to take place right now. And yes, it sucks. It doesn't feel good to me at all. But this is what I need to be doing right now because I have things I need to take care of that nobody else is going to help take care of but me. That's all I got to rely on. So while I can hear him being, a little disappointed, I also get a little angst. So I know he don't know everything that's going on. Why I'm working so fucking much because I haven't told him. I didn't. Why would I? It's my son, not his. So I felt bad about that shit because in essence, I feel like I'm failing as a grandfather, which I never really had any training to be anyway. But same sense, he asked me when he found out he was having a baby to actually be there. He told me because he wanted my help, and I was honored. And that's why I feel like I'm letting him down a bit because I have not been there. Now, like, truth be told, and excuse me if you guys, if I'm boring a little bit, I'm going through the bad area. Truth be told, we do not live close. We do not live close to each other. He's about 80 miles away in the opposite direction I'm going right now. It takes about an hour and a half to get there. He works, like you guys have heard, he works just as hard as I do. Just as many days. He'll work holidays, all that stuff. He goes in. He's a Scorpio, just like me. So he goes in. So coordinating schedule and my schedule is not impossible. It's just difficult, especially when you're always in motion from thing to the next. Like, I tell you guys this often. I multitask a lot. I have to. I'm the only one doing any of this, right? Excuse me. So while I'm live streaming with you guys, giving you some, young grandpa angst, I'm traveling to my grandmother's house to finish up stuff with her. Excuse me. On this 5th, bring her back her container that she gave me that good ass jambalaya in, because you got to take her back her containers. You do not want a hit put out on you for bringing back grandma containers. No, you do not. No. So bringing back her containers, going there, taking care of that little bit of business, and then I have something else to do after that. So all of this is still going on a day where I didn't go to sleep until like 4 o'clock this morning. And I was at work when I did that. And the first call I got for the day was at 5:30. So I barely slept, right? This is like one of my days. But nobody else really knows that in my, because they call and they don't ask. And I'm not obliged to tell them either. I'm not. I'm too busy doing the one thing and going to the next thing and going to the next thing and trying to get all of those things done to have, a conference call to tell everybody what I'm doing. It's not how I move. But when it comes down to situations like this where I have to, disappoint somebody possibly, say, yeah, I can't be there, son. I have to work. Well, they get pissy. And they might have a little bit of a right to, but they don't know what's all riding on the decision that I'm making to not be somewhere that I would actually want to be. I only have one grandchild. I do. This is my biological grandchild, right? And I'm not getting to see her enough, and that bothers me because of scheduling, because of distance, because any other number of freaking reasons outside of the fact I'm 60 years old and retired, and I can just go wherever the heck I feel like, whenever I feel like. That's not where I'm at. Not even 50. So I'm still out here in the hustle and grind. Just like my kid is still in the hustle and grind, or just at the beginning stages of it. So it's tough calls, and it's never fun. I mean, it's never fun. But at the same time, you have to take stock of the impressions people want to form of you. It's not that you have to care. You can care not about it at all. But you do have to understand the impression that they're forming of you. And it hurt my freaking heart to think, like, do they think I don't care about them? I hope they do not. I really, really do hope they do not believe I don't care about them and their family. I really hope that's not the case. Y'all hear me talk about, grandbaby, or at least when people ask me about it, about as much as I talk about my daughter or anybody else, right? Because I love them. They're part of me. And my main angst with all of it is that I don't get to see them enough. That's my main angst. And it's not like they driving all this way to bring her to see me or anything like that. That's not what's happening. It seems like everybody else in the family has a lot of free access to perpetuation of my bloodline than I do. I don't get to see it. I get to see pictures of everybody else posing with my grandchild happy. And in some ways, it's kind of hurtful. But like I said, in some ways, it's kind of hurtful because rationally, I wasn't freaking there. So feel how you feel. I wasn't there. They weren't. That's just what the situation is. What up, Trev? What up, Rainfire? So it just sucks. It sucks a bit because I want to be an awesome grandfather. Honestly, I do. Now, true enough, I saw my grandfather, my mother's father. I saw him my whole life, maybe once or twice a year. And he always sent me a birthday card every year to a point. And it was $1 birthday. However old you were, that's what you got, right? He owes me. But beyond that, he taught me a lot of lessons, directly and indirectly, that I still use to this day. And I love him. I do. I love my grandfather, right? I can tell you this. He was one of the first black males to embrace my creativity and let me create. I can tell you that. Staying with him no summers in LA, and I'm getting to, build wherever I want in his shop and use screws and nuts and bolts and stuff like that in his garage. He didn't care. Just clean up your mess. When it came to learning how to write checks and stuff like that, he taught me that, not my mother. He did. He let me sit in his office with the wood bookcases all the way around and the wood desk, old school feel. I think he even had a roll top desk, which I love roll top desks. He taught me how to do that. He taught me the value of telling the truth. That if you did something, own it. If you did it, own it. If you don't want to take the consequences of what you did, then don't do it. It's very simple. Very simple, simple little axiom. But if you did it, don't lie about it. Now that went out the window when I did something. I came back from his house. I did something. My mother said, "Who did it?" And I stood there bold-faced and told her I did. She still beat my ass like, "Then why'd you do it if you knew it was wrong?" Don't care about that honesty, integrity shit. Don't be doing what you need to do. Don't be doing what it gets you beat. She feels hard and stupid, right? Or poke the hole in that plan. What up, BGS? Grandpa be in the building. But for me, that was my grandfather, the only grandfather I had. The only one, right? So by that rubric, I mean, he taught me how to play golf. He taught me the game of golf. He still plays golf to this day. He taught me about how to drive because I was his caddy. When I stayed with him on the summers, I would drive the golf cart. Basically learning how to drive. I ran into stuff a couple of times, forgetting what gear I had the thing in and stomping on the gas and not easing on the gas. He taught me that stuff. Love my grandpa, right? My granddad is what I call him. Right? Love him. I would hope to be like him with my granddaughter. And right now, I think I'm fucking failing at this. I'm failing miserably at this right now because for one, I don't see them. For two, I don't know what the hell is going on with them. Because none of us are talking that dang often. So bad. Like, I miss her party. She's turning 4. And the rational side of me, you know, the psychologist side is like, well, she's only 4. You still have time to change this. You can take corrective action to change this pattern, and she will never remember these first 4 years. She won't. So you can turn it around and she won't know any different. The only people that will know something different and have any kind of static with you and whatnot is the older people, right? Everybody over the age of reason and understanding, right? Then they can actually look at you and turn their nose up like, oh, he ain't about shit. It's like, dude, went through all this with my son already. I have to go through this again with being a grandparent. It's not even directly my child. I'm the grandparent. It's supposed to be the kickback years, right? But be that as it may, it still bothers me a bit. It bothers me actually a lot that I don't get to see them as much as I would like to. I mean, within all honesty, I would like to see her every other weekend and take her from her parents every other weekend. I would. Just to be more of a presence in her life. So I could teach her some of the stuff that my grandfather taught me. Or just some of the stuff that I know. Just show her that, man, grandpa was silly. Dad, this is a great shoe. Wow. I don't know. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And shout out to the guy. Yeah, it bothers me a lot. It just does. I definitely don't like letting my kids down and disappoint them. I do everything I can not to, but I understand in life sometimes you will disappoint the people that you love the most. It's unavoidable. It is damn near unavoidable. You will disappoint people. You better get the hell over it. Because the other part of that is learning how to deal with disappointment. Because as a man, you will be disappointed a lot. So you got to learn how to deal with it. What's up, I'm listening. So I'm feeling some kind of way about it. I also felt some kind of way about the second part, which I don't know. It will seem really petty, but it just lets me know that there's still a bit of that angry fucking spark there. Now they put up some pictures of grandbaby on Instagram, right? Good family picture and stuff like that. And it was really cute. And I'm going through all the pictures. And I'm just gushing and thankful to my son's girl for putting them up because she's really good about it. And I'm looking and thinking, like, damn, I think she looks like she's pregnant again. I'm trying to hide it in the picture, but I think she's pregnant. Is number 2 coming? Holy shit. Mind you, was to make 3 kids, not just 2. But they have been together for 4 years. 4, right? And I'm really happy about that relationship my son has with her. That they've been together now. It's like awesome, good, and have a family. Awesome. Love that, right? But seeing that and thinking, I think she's pregnant. I don't know anything about that. They ain't fucking told me. But why would they? Haven't been there to notice, right? grandbaby getting big. She tall, talking and stuff like that. I got something to say about a 4-year-old, 3-year-old wearing a 2-piece bikini to go swimming, but that's just me. I don't think that's appropriate for young girls. But I'll talk to the headman. But I'm flipping through the pictures. I'm gushing at everyone. She's just the cutest fucking thing. Cutest damn thing. Right? I can see her mother. I can see her brother. I can see my son. I can see them all in her face. Right? And I want to know who this little new person is. I want to know this new person's personality. Because as an analytical type of person, and the psychologist part of me wants to know that personality. I need to know that personality to understand who they are. Right? Then I flip to another picture, and it's my son with my granddaughter and my ex-wife. And I was irritated. I was irritated. And it's the funniest thing because I told y'all, me and ex-wifey is kind of cool. She don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with her. We can have a conversation, laugh about some shit, and be cool, right? But that moment, seeing that picture, irritated the shit out of me right off the bat. And I really had to ask myself, why am I irritated? Why am I irritated by that? And the answer that came back from the darkest parts of myself, that Sith side of me, was like, why does motherfucker want to? She signed the papers to get divorced, but she stayed trying to be in the family. I'm like, God damn, can't you leave? Fuck. Like, you won't leave and I can't be there. Like, God damn. Like, you like the motherfucker so much, why'd you leave it? Well, technically, she didn't. I got kicked out. So it seems really petty to me in a way that I'm irritated by that because my ex-wife and my son have a great relationship. They do. They have a relationship that's not, you know, I didn't bring her to the situation like, this is your new mommy. No, that wasn't the fucking case. No, this is my son. This is the woman that I'm with and I plan to be with for a while. So you guys need to have a good relationship with each other. It's not your mom. You know who your mom is. But this is so-and-so. And it's like I've told you guys before. You are who you were introduced to kids as. That's it. To me, that's who it is. So if you didn't come into this world and say, oh, this is your mom and this is your dad, that ain't who the fuck they are. If you meet them and say, oh, this is D and this is T, that's who they gonna be forever. It don't matter if they get married or get divorced, that's D and that's T. That's just what it is. So I try to hold that line with my son because I didn't want any issues with me and his black mother about, oh, you trying to make somebody such and such. I never did that, even though she tried to do that shit to me hardcore, right? Didn't work. Me and the dude is friends. Y'all heard me talk about Black Bang. Be good. So, but that to me is still there a little bit, right? They have a great relationship. I'll take nothing from that relationship. I like that they have a good relationship. It just irks me a little bit that every time I'm looking at my family stuff, right? Grandmother party or something going on with my mom or something going on with my son, this person is still there. It's like, well, what the hell? I guess I can't never have a new relationship in this situation. Because the one person that wanted to leave it, still there. They won't vacate the spot. And I'm thinking how messed up it is because I think about my ex-in-laws, who I loved. I loved all those kids. I really did. Had fun with them. Even loved my brothers-in-law, right? Because I've known them for so long. At least two of them since they was like 5. All those people went away the same day that woman walked out the door on her BS. All of them disappeared. All of them. And I became persona non grata, somebody that never existed. From that day forward. So it's still see this person all in my family embraced. I don't get to go nowhere around none of them. None of them. No invite, no pictures, no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. None of that shit. Nothing. But they love my daughter. And to me, that's kind of shady because, look, man, I contributed to your part of your fucking family. To your family line. I'm putting something in on this. Ain't good shit. That's me being a Scorpion. Never denied it, BGS. That's what it is. That's myself. I get real pissy and I get real territorial like that. Because the funny part about it, BGS, me, my son, ex-wifey, we all Scorpios. All 3 of us. All 3 of us Scorpios. Ex-wifey and my son had the same birthday. The same day. You can't get away from each other. It's nuts. Scorpios and Geminis all over the damn place. So it bothers me. And I don't really hate my ex-wife anymore. I don't, right? I've known way too damn long. Way too fucking long and way too much shit with her. And in most ways I made my peace with the shit. It is what the hell it is, man. It is what it is. She got what she got. She got what the fuck she wanted. Should nobody be upset? Only person need to be upset is me because I didn't get what I wanted. That's it. But I have to learn to let that shit go. It is what it is. Right? But seeing that picture, her, the grandbaby, and my son, before, and I had to check off about it because it seemed really petty. But I don't know. That's probably just me because I know as like BGS is saying in the chat, as a Scorpio, I can be very distant from people. I can be very distant. As a Scorpio ox, I can be very hardworking, very industrious, and distant, but also volatile. If you're messing with me. So that kind of bothered me for a hot minute. It did. And that was part of the flash that I had thinking about that. Like all the kids on my ex-in-law side of the family, that for them, I was just gone. All of a sudden, I was just gone. And I bet money because I know the family, they didn't even address the shit with the kids. And the new dude in this school now. He put nothing in on this, but he fam and that's uncle. All right. So it's kind of hurtful. It just goes back to something I thought was already paved over and healed a it's still sensitive. Still a sensitive spot. Still a little bit of a sensitive spot. Now, I say all that knowing that it's pretty fixable. I have to make an effort to see them more. I really do. And as bad as I feel about letting the shop go and having to close it frees me up. The end result is that it frees me up to have more time to actually see my son and my grandchild. See what kind of father and man my son is on a regular basis, and develop that relationship with my granddaughter that I want to rival or be in parity to the relationship I have with my son or my daughter. Dude, that's just how I am. I'm a pretty hands-on and involved person. I like to be there. I'm not trying to interfere in your life. I just want to know what it is and helping to be a part of it in some kind of way. So, you know, my seeds in a sense. So, I'm feeling bad about that shit. I really am feeling bad about that shit. Because I had to think about it. I think his birthday too. It's last year's birthday too. This is what honesty is, folks. Honesty, and I'll say this just because I was watching Angry Man's stream earlier, listening to that crying ass Razzie Award winning crying fest of that woman, Truth chick. This is what the truth actually is. The truth doesn't make you look good. It doesn't. The truth doesn't play favorites. So just like Angry Man was saying, reviewing her damn video, you need to drop this shit about your truth, my truth. There is only one truth. And this is not the religion. There is the truth. And how you twist and pervert the truth to make yourself look good. If you look good in a situation, you're probably not telling the damn truth. Probably not. Because the truth doesn't play favorites. Truth of the matter is, for me, because that's what I like to hold on to, is I need to do better with my granddaughter and my son. In that respect, I need to do better. I'm not doing good enough. And that's the truth. That's just the truth of the situation. Now, it sucks to hear it. It sucks to say it. It sucks to know it. But that's what it is. It's not actually going to change until I do something to change it. And one thing I can do to change it is I have to actually make a concerted effort to spend time with them. With her specifically. Because I can go and hang out with her and her brother because I was never raised, even if the kids are from two different parents, you treat them both the same. You don't treat them no different. It doesn't matter, right? But at the same time, I need to have that connection with her and get that established because that is my legacy. That is my son's legacy. That is our family line going forward. I need to be able to impart whatever wisdom I can into her because that's the most direct effect of keeping that last name, or at least the values of the people that held that last name going forward. No disrespect to anybody else. Just look, man, I know where the priorities go. You got to go to this person. So that's fucking truth. Truth of it is I'm not doing enough. A lot of people is disappointed in me because I'm not doing what they want me to do at a given time. That part I don't give a shit about because they ain't doing what I want them to do at a specific time either. They ain't concerned about that. So it is what it is. So yeah. No, this is not the usual geek stuff, but this is the PMDM. This is the life of a multidimensional man, multidimensional black man. And this is another dimension to me, the side of the parent and the young grandparent who actually wants to be that awesome grandma. I can say this, don't really know how to do it. You know, talked to a lot of people, picked up a lot about being a parent to my son. I missed the courses on grandparents. Like I was saying, I love my grandfather, but I saw him twice a year. So he wasn't there in my face every weekend, every month. I don't even know what the hell that's like. Really don't. My grandmother lived close. I lived closer. Wasn't seeing her all the time like that either. We saw Nana at the holidays. That's when we saw her. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, maybe somebody's birthday. But it wasn't no all the time damn thing. So it can kind of be, I guess I could be jealous of some of the people who live closer to them in the same, like in the same city or 20, 30 minutes away. They can always have that interaction with them. But I can also give them the middle finger if they're looking at me crazy, like, why is he not seeing them more? Hey, motherfucker, I live further away. You ain't giving up no time you spending with them so they can come down and see me. So basically how I feel. I don't give a shit. Get kind of angsty about that. Sorry, I can't read all of you guys' comments because some of you were typing a lot. And it's nighttime. It's dark. I can barely see that shit. Getting up there, my eyes are worse at night. So that's my air out on that, I guess. I feel a little bit like shit because I'm not seeing my granddaughter. I feel like I'm letting the sun down because I'm not able to see my granddaughter. And neither sits well with me. I'll use BGS as an example. Just because I know BGS a bit, he got his grandson, he sees his grandson regularly. Pretty regular, what I hear. Enough that he can sit there and work with them with their schoolwork and stuff like that, and pop up in their classes to see how dumb their teachers are. I probably love some of that. I probably would. Probably would. Get to see her teachers and stuff like that, and see who's sitting there influencing my granddaughter. The dumb shit they're trying to pour into her head. Having little inside jokes. Maria. Now, I'll say this for the ones who are still in here listening and don't may not know it. To me, this is man shit. This is man shit. Because if you ever get to the point where you actually have a woman, wife, long-term partner, whatever, however you make the shit work, and you actually go the next step, which is having a family, which means you have kids and you guys raise kids, children together. Those children grow up and go out into the world and have their own spouses, their own children. You will be in this position. You will be here. This is all on that road to manhood. It don't just stop at, I can get laid. It doesn't stop there. It goes further than that. That's why there's words called legacy and lineage and family and shit. I've said this many times to guys just to, try to shake them out of this idea that, I got to look out for my family. Look, your family is the one you create. You realize that, right? All the rest of the people that was already there when you got here, yeah, that's part of your family, but that's not the family that you're supposed to be taking care of. They're supposed to be taking care of you. The family that you are responsible for is the one you make. That's your family. Yes, they become part of the larger group that you know as your family unit, your family group. But your family unit is what you make. And if you haven't made one, you're fucking up the legacy. It's just what it is. It's going to die with you. I'm sorry, all the people that poured information into me, I want to see their ideas and their knowledge go forward. It can't just be in the if and anybody. There have to be into some people who have some vested interest in remembering our names. Like Dr. Tia Son has talked about many times, most folks didn't even tell you about their granddaddy. Everything about grandmama. Big mama don't know nothing about Big Daddy. Worked his ass off, he barely saw him to buy the house that Big Mama's staying in after he's dead and gone. I'm fighting, in a sense, what I feel angst about is not wanting to be that grandfather that they don't even remember what he did, who he was, what made them laugh about him, what made them upset with him. That's what I'm fighting against. I've done it my whole life as a Gen Xer. Squirt, one chick that decided she wanted to be a mom. I am fighting the Gen X fathers fight of irrelevance and erasure. One second, I got to go through this tunnel. Might lose you. Hold tight. Ooh, shit. There we go. First yawn. right, you guys should be able to hear me now. Oh, Caldecott. If you ever come to California, you go down Highway 24 towards Oakland. Come out of the Caldecott Tunnel because it goes through a mountain. And when you come down this hill, you can see all of San Francisco at night. Looks freaking beautiful. Don't look like the filthy place that it actually is. But I like that skyline, and I look at that skyline and know I've worked on buildings that make up that skyline. Fills me with a little sense of pride, right? But if I don't spend any time with my granddad, baby, she'd never know any of that shit, would she? I don't think anybody else has the best interest in telling her that. If they know or give a fuck themselves. Just look at the money. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream. Feel so inclined. So, maybe some of you can play, maybe you can't, maybe you just like listening. Either way, it's all good. A lot of stuff I do is not for clicks and views. It's nice that people click it and view it. But I can tell you guys all the time, get your voice out there. Put my voice out there. Maybe what I'm saying will resonate with somebody. It may not be the person that's on the stream now. It may be the person that watches it later. Just to say, what is this dude talking about? To me, this is man shit. The next step in man stuff. The parenting part of man. The next step past being a parent to being a grandparent. Another set of skills you have to learn. Another set of obligations and responsibilities that I'm sure wasn't fleshed out. Because as a Gen Xer, nobody was teaching you how to be a father. You damn sure believe nobody was teaching you how to be a grandfather. Because it wasn't there either. So I'm blessed to actually have had my grandfather and him setting a good example. Problem is, I'm not my grandfather, and the world is not the time frame that my grandfather grew up in. It's not have the same things that he does, or he did, to be that stable grandfather. Shit, at this time, my father is still alive. He still ain't seen his great grandchild. Still ain't seen it. Nobody coming down here thinking about that shit either. I guess that's my drum to beat to bitch about. Making sure that the other MC men get to see their lineage. Good for giving up the semen, but after that, they just want you out the way. So everybody else can be proud of the accomplishment. They did not put in them. fucking doubter. What else good? Talk to me good. Needed to be said. Honesty and the search for truth is not a mistake. It's courageous. How funny it is to have ideas of what you want to do as a parent and knowing that most of these ideas come from fucking television and shit. This is what you get as the Gen X. We had to raise ourselves, in a sense. We had to raise ourselves. So we had to learn a lot of things on our own. And we make a lot of mistakes because we weren't getting that boost up that other generations get. We had to make the boost and boost ourselves. We had to make the steps before we could use it to start at a better position than everybody else. So it's kind of the same thing in this situation. Yeah. Here is the traffic. Oh, I was looking for you. Not on rush hour traffic. I have to move for this. It's my fifth yawn means I'm getting tired. Traffic is not going to make it any better. I was silent in there. I know I said I couldn't read the shit, but it didn't mean that I wanted you to stop typing. It's dark. I'm trying to focus on the road. I have no bad memories of my grandpa at all. Rainfire said I have no bad memories of my grandpa at all, mostly because grandpa handled punishment, but he taught us how to work hard. Cousin just worked his way out of homelessness with skills he gave us. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm still thinking about BGS saying that's you being a Scorpio. Fuck Gemini said that shit. What you mean, man? What you mean, man? You saying I'm prickly? Are you saying I'm prickly? Looking to sting something? How dare you? Shit. Motherfucker, these bright ass goddamn lights. Oh my fucking god. I have a great grandfather. Like I said, you have a great grandfather. He taught you about manhood, masculinity, respectability, how to think logically, take risks, be competitive. You are blessed. Yeah, he taught me a lot. He did. And that's why I say, Malika, that it was directly and indirectly. Some of the things that he taught me directly, I still use to this day. Some of the things he taught me indirectly, which is me observing of him, is what I appreciate. My grandfather is the reason I do love road trips. That's why. Because I think I told you guys this before. When he lived in LA, he lived down there by BGS, right? That's why I know LA a little bit, BGS, because he was down there off of West Boulevard, right? He had that house down there for damn near 40 something years, right? In summertime, he would drive up from LA, wherever my mother was, visit, stay for a couple days, and then we'd go back down with him, right? This is all in the 80s. And when we would go down, at one point he had this little truck. It was like a little Toyota or something like that with a little shell on the back, right? And he would load up the little cooler with sodas and fruit and stuff like that. And then in the back of the truck, he would lay like the blankets and sleeping bags and stuff like that down, have a little folding chair back there, tied into the bed so it wouldn't bounce around or flip over and stuff like that. And then he'd have maps and all the rest of that stuff of where we're going. And he would show me the map. And this is where we're going. This is how far we're going. And this is how you read this and that and the other, right? And his truck had the back window slid open. So sit in that chair and I could see out into the road and I would just track. And my job was to be the navigator, right? That's how he taught me about maps. Now, my grandfather, he was in the Coast Guard. He was in the Coast Guard. He retired from the Coast Guard, retired Coast Guard. And he was in Vietnam, I believe. That's what he's doing, because they were doing the shoreline, right? They were patrolling the shoreline. As far as I know, no, the women don't talk about that shit very much outside, unless it comes up and there's some shine to be given from that. Like, oh yeah, he did such and such. Like, damn, you never told me this for all these fucking years. Jesus, what was you afraid of? Be that as it may, navigation he was good at, right? So he taught me that stuff. And I used to enjoy those trips doing that because that's traveling to me, as a little kid in the 80s. That was fun. That was fun as hell. Like, oh shit, we going somewhere. This is where we're going. I can see exactly where we're going. And this. It says it here on this map that this is the town, and sure enough, this is the town sign. Awesome. That was fun for me. It gave me an understanding of the world, right? That how I look at the world is from a map, top-down view. That's how I view the world. That's why I never really get lost. I always know my way around because my mental mapping is such that that's how I recognize it. And I love those trips. I would look forward to those. But once I was in LA, it didn't stop there. He let me explore. I could go around the block and go over a couple streets on a bicycle that he had there. Or I could build and tinker and stuff like that. He had let me do that. He wasn't trying to shut me down about it. Over 1 year, I built this whole. I took this cardboard box that he had in his house. He was throwing that shit out. I took this whole cardboard box, took it into the garage on his workbench. I turned that fucking box into a whole hotel for my G.I. Joe men. Right? And I brought that motherfucker all the way back from LA with me. All the way back to Richmond. That 8.5 hour drive. I brought that box all the way there. And I think I remember him telling my mother what I did. Like, you want to bring that with you? Yep. Leave it here. No, I'll take it with me. Because I wanted to bring that home for my toys when I got back home. I wanted to have it there. It's just a cardboard box. But my imagination was such that even in a plain cardboard box, I saw something else in it. I saw all the rest of the possibilities of what it could be. And I got in that damn garage with duct tape and cutting the cardboard certain ways to turn it into what I wanted it to be. which was I wanted my GI Joes to have a house, nigga. Like, gotta live somewhere, you know. Like, man. But he let me do that. He let me experiment doing that kind of stuff. He didn't tell me no. He didn't tell me that shit was stupid. No, he let me do it, and I can appreciate that. That was how. Just thinking about this now, that was probably the impetus of why I let my kids do so much. Outside of the fact that I understand that kids need to be able to explore on their own, to understand the world in their way. You give them the framework, but then they get to paint the frame however they want to by being out in it, just like you're out in it. He never really stifled me like that. He never did. So, yeah, I love him for that shit. I do. Especially the golf part. Motherfuckers just don't know. I'll fucking eat you alive in some golf, probably. Because that's what he do. He taught all his grandchildren golf. Boys and girls, golf. You know what it is. If you've been down to Granddad's house, Granddad played golf. It's the hell he do. Every weekend, every Sunday. And if you dare at his house, that's what you going to do too. Coming with him. That's just what it is. And I would look forward to that shit. I still remember his friends. I think they were Coast Guard friends. Bert and fuck, I forgot what the other dude's name was. Oh, white dudes. It was cool. And going to play golf was just like taking that road trip. You load up the cooler with your sodas and your fruits and stuff like that, your little snacks, and you get out there to the green, meet up with your boys at the clubhouse, and get your cart, your clubs in the back, strap them in, and you got out there on the green and play and talk shit and do what? Want a sandwich? Getting late, eat your sandwich. We're going to do 9 of these. And go pee when we come back to the clubhouse after we do these first 9. We get to the back 9, let's finish it up. And you get the caddy. That means you get to drive from hole to hole. From tee to pin. You drive it. This is the path, stay on the path. Put it in park. Your foot off the gas, ease on the gas, don't slam on it. Ease on the brake, keep your distance. That was little shit. I pissed him off a few times because I ran into Bert's golf cart a couple times. One of the times they were behind me, and I forgot that I had put it in reverse to back it up so he could get out right at the tee. Sat there and waited, and then when it was time to go, I just stomped on the gas and we went backwards and shit. The motherfuckers was scared. My grandfather lost his shit. He said, what the fuck? What the hell is you doing? I forgot what game was it. Pay attention. I'm sorry. It was hilarious. It was hilarious even then. I just thought I was gonna get my ass beat. And truth be told, my grandfather never whooped me. He never whooped me. He's never whooped me. He said some shit to me, but he's never whooped me. So I guess that's a good thing. But those are my memories of him. And I want to be able to have memories like that with my grandbaby. I really do. I mean, because I may not go play golf often, but if we just chilling and we ain't got nothing else to do, I will teach her how to draw. I will teach her how to draw. I will teach her how to play pool. I might even teach her how to play video games. Not that she would be my help, because I thought her her father well enough, apparently. But being able to read her a bedtime story would be cool. It would. Or just to make her bust out in a ridiculous freaking laugh to see what that even sounds like. Or just a simple thing is saying, hearing her say, I love you. That'd melt me. That'd melt me. It'd melt me the same way as hearing my daughter say, I love you, Papa. Simple things. I'm a simple dude. I'm a really simple dude. I'm not, well, unless you dated me, you would think differently, but I'm not overly complex. I am a man of simple pleasures. And love and appreciation from the younger ones is probably it. Yeah, Malika, I hope so too. This year has been shit in a lot of ways. A lot of fucking hard work and stuff, but I'm trying to get through the rest of this stuff and get the rest of this crap behind the store and everything else resolved so I can get to a point where I can try to live whatever seems to be a normal life like everybody else has and have a weekend and have time to actually spend with family members that are growing up or getting older, like coming here to see my grandmother. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but people checking out of this motherfucker way too quick nowadays. Shit, there's very few weeks that have gone by this year that ain't been 4 or 5 people dropping dead all of a sudden, and they ain't been super old. So, oh, I'll definitely teach her about comics and movies, Malika. I told you, as soon as she came out, I told my son, I said, yeah, I can't wait to make her a geek. Right? Well, I got to go to somebody else's shop now to do that shit. But no, I definitely want to give her um, what I have to give, and if my son is actually, if my suspicion is right, he's having another child, or they're having another child, then that's all good too. Which means I really need to get on the stick so I can actually be involved with them in some form or fashion. But that's it. I'm gonna get out of here now. I have reached the grandma's house in the West Side O, so I need to get in here and talk to my grandmother, and then maybe I'll come back when I get back on the road to go to my next location because my day ain't over. It's only 6:25, and it still ain't over. My day is not gonna be done till probably 11 o'clock, and then I'll be up and doing it all over again. So if you enjoyed the content, um, like the stream, share the stream. It's a PMDM, which is like a philosophy of a multidimensional man. And on this, my philosophy is you have to take time. You have to take time because it's always fleeting. So, in the words of Ferris Bueller, if you don't stop and look around sometime, you can miss it. And I'm missing it. So, thank you guys for coming through. Um, Support the stream if you feel so inclined. $ Artisan MC or PayPal Artisan MC. And what the hell is it? I will see you guys next time. Peace. You know what, Aria? That could work too.